Hi traders, welcome to this currency strength and weakness analysis pairs to watch. This is a little bit different from the week ahead. I'm not going to necessarily talk about any kind of fundamental data here. I'm just going to go over the currency strength meter, some pairs to watch via the currency heat map, and some levels to watch. So going through the data this week, according to sort of my currency strength meter, we want to be looking at longs on the Swiss franc, the US dollar, the Australian dollar, the New Zealand dollar, and the Canadian dollar. And we want to be looking at shorts on the euro, the pound, and the Japanese yen. Now, the pound and the Swiss franc do have high impact data points coming up this week, so we have to be a little bit careful on those ones. But the Swiss franc's in a reversal zone, and it's been that +7 area. The only other one that's in a reversal zone, but I don't think is necessarily going to reverse, is the euro right now. But the Swiss franc being a stronger currency, looking to see if that is going to start to fade now, or whether we get options to continue to buy the Swiss franc. So going on to the currency heat map then. So basically what I do here is I identify what currencies are doing, or the pairs are doing, via the strength and weakness. I then look at how the weekly chart closes. I then use the 50 daily moving average to understand where price is relative to the 50-day moving averages, and then I use a momentum sort of idea behind that. So let's say, for instance, on the US dollar index, price is above the 50 MA, and I've put a blue marker here, which is basically telling us that price is moving away from the 50 moving average. If it was moving towards it, I'd be placing a red line in here, or a red box, because that would tell me that the market is essentially in a pullback phase. The stochastic oscillator as well I include, as well as daily trend and phase. So what I've pointed out is some multiple opportunities here, including the euro US dollar, the pound US dollar, dollar yen, Aussie yen, CAD yen, euro Swiss, euro CAD, and pound Swiss. Those are the markets that I'm taking a look at going into this week. I'm not going to go through all of them in this video, but you can take a note of the ones that I'm looking for. If you pause the video, take a screenshot if you feel free to do so. Going on to the first one then, so this is euro US dollar. Okay, so I'm looking at the weekly chart here and the 30-minute time frame. Now, this was featured in yesterday's week ahead analysis video, so nothing's changed for us right now. I was looking to update this just in case we did see any kind of change in the market, but we've got a very strong bearish close here. We're below the 50 moving average on a weekly time frame. I like to see price trade from highs to lows, and we've got this key low down here, which I think could be targets for markets. Basically what I've done is I've applied a volume profile from the swing high to the swing low. I'm trying to identify areas of volume the market could trade to. They act as magnets, but they could also act as resistance points. So I'm eyeing up this 1.0740 level, and I'm doing that because we've got this period of consolidation which breeds that volume, and if price gets back to there, we could see the sellers that sold prices here defend that selling opportunity and try and sell once again. Going on to cable then, or pound US dollar. Quite like the idea of being a seller of the pound at the moment. Whether that'll be successful or not, we'll have to wait and see. But a couple of reasons why. We rejected the 128 handle quite aggressively. We are testing the daily 50 moving average, which can act as a level of support. However, we are breaching all of these lows right now, and potentially if we breach this low in here around 1.2650, I think we could try and trade a little bit lower. We do have strong resistance, which could be support around about this 1.2633 handle. That is also holding confluence with an anchored VWAP, which is anchored from the low here that formed in April. Typically, if you use anchored VWAPs, this could be an area where the market adds in on their positions, so that could be a level of support. However, we do have longer term volume levels down here towards that sort of 1.25 handle up to sort of your 1.25 50s, 60s, just through here, which was that period of consolidation. And like I said, areas of volume can act as magnets for price, and the market may want to go and test this volume here. Going on to the other chart of interest then, so it's dollar yen. I actually liked longs on dollar yen going into last week as well. And I only like it in the short term. Fundamentally, I have a little bit of a different view on the yen, but the currency strength meter is not matching that at the moment. So, I like to stay on side of the currency strength meter until we get some changes technically, which match then my bias. However, we are approaching a key resistance level. We're coming up into 158 on dollar yen, which saw very aggressive selling previously. So we may see selling again coming back into this area. We are quite a way away from the 50 moving average here on the 4-hour time frame. We can see on the 30-minute time frame as well, if you were using the 50 EMA breakout strategy, you'd be looking for sort of longs in and around these areas here, and that would have done pretty well. I'm highlighting this one because although I like the sort of currency strength meter is telling us to be long, there is an idea that this move may be a little bit done now unless we kind of breach this 158 area. If we trade above that, then I think we're going to head back to the 160s. But yeah, just kind of highlighting this one as a potential. Euro Swiss then, so I actually quite like Euro Swiss. We do have a Swiss National Bank decision this week, so that could kind of cloud the technicals here. But we have a very strong downward market here, very strong move to the downside. I'm looking to continue to capitalize on this. We talked about this a while ago when price kind of breached the moving averages. It was around this area where we breached the 50 MA. Market since kind of declined. Again, just got an anchored VWAP from the swing high. It comes in around about this 0.9580 handle. That could be a level of resistance as people look to add in on the move to the downside, or we could look for a move just slightly above it up towards the 0.96, volume being built up at that zone as well. So I quite like the idea if price was to maybe breach that area, find resistance, that could be an area where sellers try and rejoin the market and try and see a move to the downside coming shortly. So I'm going to leave it there. This video has been quite a long one, but I really hope you enjoyed this type of video. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below. Those are the key levels to watch for me going into this trading week. Hopefully you have a great one, and I'll speak to you soon.